Hi ulit sa mga nakikinig sa ating ngayong araw na to. This is my second video for the year 2025. By the way, I forgot to greet you Happy New Year during my first video. So ngayon na lang Happy New Year. Ang topic natin ngayon ay tungkol sa pagpapaganda ng mata. Bakit ba nagpapaganda ang isang tao ng kanilang mga mata? Well, there are two kinds of problem. No? Meron tayong blepharochalasia at saka dermatochalasia. Ang blepharochalasia, ito ay nangyayari dumulundo yung ating eyelid kasi yung tao na nagkakaroon nito ay parati nagkakaroon ng severe allergy. Yung mga angioedema, yung mga namamanas yung mukha, yan yung mga lumalawala yung eyelid kasi nga lagi namamaga yung eyelid nila. So, if this usually happens to you, there will be a time na yung eyelid or upper eyelid ay magsasag, no? Kasi nga, lagi siyang may bigat na kinikeri na swelling na fluid. Lagi siyang may nagkakaroon ng fluid sa upper eyelid niya because of the repetitive swelling na nangyayari sa kanya. So, doon nagkakaroon ng blepharochalasia. Ang dermatochalasia naman nangyayari ay magkakaroon ka nito kapag nag-age ka. Siyempre, as we grow older, everything goes down, no? Ika nga, first, the effect of gravity, and then, syempre, the effect of everything that we do in our lives, no? Our stress, our makeup, our habits of sleeping, or habits of positioning our body in such a way na lagi silang nakababa o nakayuko, gano'n, no? So, these are some of the factors that leads to changes in our facial features. Ngayon, ang blepharoplasty is a surgical procedure that can do a correction of your eyelid problem or deformity. This can be done as an aesthetic procedure or it can be done as a reconstructive procedure. Yung reconstructive, ito yung ginagawa natin, kunyari hindi pantay. May iba na may talumpap dito sa kanan, yung iba naman walang talumpap sa kaliwa. So, yun, ginagawa din natin yung blepharoplasty doon. Or just in case you have an accident and your eyelids was abraded o kaya natanggal yung skin sa eyelid mo, then we do reconstructive surgery for that. Ngayon, sa aking practice, syempre aesthetic surgeon ako, the most common indication is dermatochalasia. Ibig sabihin, habang tumatanda, nagkakaroon talaga ng paglundo o pagbaba ng ating eyelid. No? Hindi lang eyelid, in fact, our face also. That's why we develop like this, no? Narrolabial fold, nasolabial fold exaggeration, eye bags, and then the upper eyelid drooping. So, paano ba natin ginagawa ito? Okay. First of all, kung nagdudroop yung upper eyelid natin, syempre binabawasan natin ng balat yun. At kung masyadong mataba yung ating eyelid, binabawasan din natin ng taba. So, pag binawasan mo ng balat at saka ng taba, mapapaganda mo yung shape ng line mo dito sa taas at saka yung mata mo magiging mukhang bata. Sa lower eyelid naman, kadalasan may mga eye bag, no? Yung eye bag, full of fats, no? So, what we usually there is that we remove some of the fats and then realign the muscles, okay? Ang ginagawa namin, nagla-lateral cantoplasty kami. Yung muscle dito, kinakabit namin dito sa bone dito, sa upper area ng bone para para siyang may support o may sling. Kaya aakyat uli yung mata, yung mga muscle mo, aakyat uli, and then it will improve on the lower eyelid bulging. Ngayon, kapag ikaw naman ay may mga cancer of the eyelid, then we could do reconstructive surgery. Iba naman ang ginagawa doon. So, I can discuss it by, we can do flaps, okay, or grafts, no? Lilipat natin yung balat doon sa lugar na kailangan ng mas malaking balat para makorek yung problem niya. But it is not always perfect. Unlike when you do it for aesthetic reasons, most of the time it's perfect. Pero pag reconstructive, hindi lagi na perfect kasi depende sa problema ng bawat isang tao. Ngayon, ang blepharoplasty, kung minsan ginagawa din natin yung kasabay ng rhytidectomy. Ang rhytidectomy is facelift, no? When you do a facelift procedure, kung minsan sinasabay na natin yung blepharoplasty kasi if i-facelift mo kayo isang tao pero yung mata naman nila naiwanan, so pangit pa rin, no? Kaya dapat magkasabay na ginagawa yan, lalo na kung maedad na yung tao. Usually, we do those procedure at patients who are 60 and above. Pagka less than 60, kung minsan conservative pa tayo, pwedeng thread lift, pwedeng filler injection, pwedeng Botox injections, or other non-surgical procedures like thermage, ultherapy, ultraformer, ultrasound energy devices. So these are the procedures that we do. Ngayon, kapag ikaw ay meron na masyadong malalim na ganito, at saka dito yung nasolabial fold, then we do a facelift procedure na talaga. Okay? Kasi para unang-una, para yung liig mag-improve din. When you do facelift, you improve also the neck plus the face. So, yan. Hindi naman kita yung mga tahi dahil nakatago yun, nandito yun, no? Sa back of the ear, nandito sa in front of the ear, no? Kung saan nandun yung regular lines naman talaga ng ating wrinkles. Kaya, hindi halata yung mga sugat-sugat or scar dito. But of course, when you do these procedures, sometimes you may need more. Kasi kunyari, matanda na talaga yung ginawa mo, pag hinila mo yung balat nila, nagiging skeletonized sila. So, wala nang, kasi nahihila yung balat, nakikita yung skeleton, no? So, kailangan mo rin maglagay ng mga adipose tissue fat transfer, o kaya filler injections, o kaya we can do implants also. Kapag sobrang lubog na, nilalagyan na natin yung implant. Like for example, dito sobrang lubog, lalagyan mo ng implant. But we also do retidectomy or blepharoplasty, I told you, in a reconstructive procedure. Like, I had this patient na nag-aaral siya ng piloto, tapos bumagsak yung aeroplano na pinapalipat niya. Buhay naman siya, pero na-damage yung kanyang bone. So, we have to remove part of the bone and then put a metallic implant and then put screws on it. And then there's this patient na sobrang lubog na yung kanyang chin ay halos wala na, talagang wala siyang chin. Then we do transplant procedures, no? Yung mga dermal transplant or mga gamit na ginagamit natin to replace the lost tissue or the lost bones. So yun. Ngayon, what else? We also improve the neck, no? When we do retidectomy. So, hindi lamang yung face ang nililift mo, but also the neck. Para mawala yung turtleneck deformity nila dito, at saka yung kanilang lines na pangit tingnan kapag marami ka ng masyadong lines. So, we also do that. But of course, they can also opt for non-surgical procedures, pero yung non-surgical ginagawa lang pag hindi pa malala. Pero pag malala na, hindi mo na pwedeng gawin yung non-surgical procedures, pa talagang kailangan surgery na. Otherwise, it will last only for a short period of time. At pag nag-last for a short period of time, hindi magiging happy pa siya kasi gumastos na siya, after a year, gagastos na naman siya. So, case to case talaga ang pagpapagawa ng surgical procedures. Well, sometimes we also do lip procedures at the same time. Kung masyadong manipis na yung lip ng pasyente dahil nga tumatanda na sila, then we do filler injections also. Yun. Tapos, what else? We also do filler injections on the forehead or the temples, no? Kasi pag lubog na dito, mukha pa rin matanda kahit na na-facelift mo na. Kaya, when you do a surgical procedure, you sometimes accompany it with other procedures as well para total enhancement. Hindi lang yung nabanat yung balat, pero nabalik mo din yung dating bilog ng mukha, yung dating taba ng face nila, at saka yung dating projection na meron sila nung bata pa sila. In a way, of course, there are always complications. Like for blepharoplasty, you can also have bleeding, asymmetry, yung hindi pantay. Okay? Pwede rin magkaroon ng deformity after kasi yung scar, depende kung gaano ka-severe yung scarring nila. Kung pangit yung scarring, pangit yung tingnan yung post-surgical result nila. Kaya dapat kapag post nagpa-opera ka, kailangan talaga yung care, no? Yung care mo after the surgical procedure, kailangan inaalagaan mo talaga ng gusto. Kasi kung hindi mo alagaan ng gusto, maaaring magkaroon ng iba pang complication. So, yun. For the complications, you can read complications of blepharoplasty, complications of retidectomy. Siyempre, bleeding, swelling, hematoma. Kung isa nagkakaroon ka ng mga hematoma, ipasa-pasa after the surgical procedure, lalo na blepharoplasty, no? So, yun. If you have any questions about my topic today, just call me at these numbers. And please follow, like, and share my account. Maraming salamat!